Hello everyone, so welcome to the third lecture of this week. So we were talking about sentiment analysis, and in the last lecture we talked about various sentiment lexicons that are available to us and that we can use for various tasks related to sentiment analysis. So in this lecture what we will be doing, we will be seeing, suppose you have to learn these lexicons on your own without having to do manually labeling each word with the sentiment polarity. So what can be some possible approaches you can take? So while you will see that most of the lexicons are built for English language, there are not too many works for other languages. So suppose you want to build a lexicon for your own language. It can be an Indian language, for example. So you can want to build for Hindi, Bengali or Tamil. So how do you start approaching this problem? So you can always take all the words and have people manually annotate that, but is there some automated approach? And that's why we will also see some of the concepts that we have talked in this course, how they can be useful in doing this task. So when suppose I have to learn the polarity of different words in my lexicon. So what might be the basic idea or intuition that I can start with? And the intuition can come again from some sort of distribution hypothesis, in that when do the words of say the same polarity occur together, or how do the words of different polarity occur together? Okay. So for example, here we are saying, think of the adjectives that are joined by and. So will they have the same polarity? Okay. Suppose you are having a sentence and you see fair and legitimate. So you can say, okay, probably both these words have same polarity. You may not be able to tell what is the polarity of the individual word, but if they are occurring with and, fair and legitimate, you would be able to say that okay, they will have the same polarity. Same here, corrupt and brutal. Okay, these two words have the same polarity. Now can you have such similar indication for saying whether the two words will have different polarity? So think about cases where you say but and so on. Like here, it's fair but brutal. So you will know that the polarity of both the words fair and brutal will be opposite to each other. Now can this sort of simple intuition can help us in learning the sentiment lexicons? So what will you have to do if you have to use some methods like that? So we can see that we cannot find out probably what is the polarity of an individual word by this method. But if I know the polarity of a single word, I might be able to infer the same for other words if they are occurring with some sort of connectives like and or but. So what should I start with? So what I might be doing, I might be starting with some list of positive words and some list of negative words. Okay, positive and negative sentiment words. So I take some W1, W2, so on, W1 prime, W2 prime, and so on. Okay. So this might be some very simple list that you start with, that you might have created manually. Now, so what you will be doing next, you know the words that are having the same polarity might occur in a corpus with certain connectives. So now you will go to a large corpus, it can be web or any other corpus that you have, and try to find out if these words are occurring with other words with some connectives. Okay, and for that you can just search like fair and. You can search for this, and wherever you find fair and X, you might assign a positive polarity to X. Similarly, fair but, and you find fair but brutal, and you might assign a negative polarity to that. So that can be one possible approach. Okay, so I start with some set of adjectives that I can label manually, or I can get it from some sort of. It can be obtained also from some websites. Okay, give me some positive and negative adjectives. Now, so suppose I got some positive cases: adequate, central, clever, famous, and negative cases like contagious, drunken, ignorant, and so on. So now I go to my corpus and try to search these with some connectives added to these. So like here, so I want to expand my seed set to conjoined adjectives. So I can search say on web. So I'll say was, adequate, and. Okay, so that way I will find out the words that are having a positive polarity similar to adequate. So suppose I search that, I find some results like this: the room was adequate and clean, and immediately I'll say okay, clean will probably have a positive polarity too. Okay, and if I do that, if I apply this method over all my seed sets, also from the seed set I get other adjectives, you can continue applying this method and you can obtain a graph like that. So what are you seeing in this graph? You find that nice and fair occur with some connectives. So that's why there is an edge, green edge. They are appearing with a connective like and. That means same polarity. Similarly here, nice and helpful occurring with a connective and, nice and classy occurring with a connective and. Fair, classy do not occur together, okay, but that may not be required. Similarly, you find brutal and corrupt, they occur with the connective and. Brutal and irrational occur with the connective and. But there are some red dashed lines also. What are these? So that would be, suppose two words are occurring with a connective of but, okay. So helpful but brutal. So then you say, okay, they have opposite polarity. So now that's how you will label the edges in your graph. So some are edges that say, okay, they have similar polarity, some are edges that say they have different polarity. And now once you have built this graph over a large set of words, you can apply some clustering algorithm to say, okay, which of these words are having green edges among each other, but no red edges. So that can be some criteria by which you can cluster these words, and this can finally give you positive and negative examples from the data. Okay, so that is, you partition the two graphs, and different graphs give you positive as well as negative sentiment lexicons. That can be a standard, that is a standard method that you can apply over any language. Once you have some seed set of sentiment words and you have a corpus at your hand, and you can always increase your set of rules that you are having. So right now you are using only and or but you find out some other rules by which different sentiment words can be connected, and you apply those rules also to get different edges in your graph. Now, so once you apply this method, this was from a real experiment, what kind of lexicon did they obtain? So you see the positive words, they obtained words like bold, decisive, disturbing, generous, good, honest, important, large, mature, and so on. These are the words that they obtained. Okay, this will be noisy, this may not be very good set, but the idea is that you will get a lot of good examples, right? So it's like generous, good, honest, important, large, mature, peaceful, positive. They all look like having a positive sentiment. The only exception looks like disturbing here. Okay, there may be some others later. Similarly, these are the words that they obtained for negative sentiment. So ambiguous, cautious, cynical, evasive, harmful, hypocritical, and all of these look the words with negative sentiment. So this was obtained by giving a seed label to only a few words, not these words. And these, when you found out the words with different connectives, you were able to obtain this positive and negative class. And there will be some erroneous cases like disturbing coming as positive example, cautious, outspoken, pleasant coming as negative example. That few cases might be there, but overall this gets a good precision. And if you have a very good corpus, good seed set, you might also get a very good recall by this method. So that is one simple method that you can apply to some sort of bootstrap your sentiment lexicon. Now, so there are some other algorithms also proposed in literature for doing this task. So we will see some of these. So let's look at the Turney algorithm. So what this algorithm did? So they took some example from review. So they start with the data first. They do not start with the seed set of labeled words with emotions or opinions. They start with the data set, and they said, okay, because you get a lot of opinions from review data set, so let us take some review data sets. Now in the review data set, so what their hypothesis was, so opinions will be expressed by some sort of noun phrases. Okay, there are some adjectives, there are some nouns, and there will be opinion associated with those. So let us start by extracting these noun phrases that are occurring a lot in this corpus. Once we have a good set of noun phrases, then I'll try to find out some sort of sentiment associated with those. So let us see how they did that. So you first extract a phrasal lexicon from reviews, okay, and then try to learn polarity for each phrase here. Once you have learned the polarity, you might go to a next task, that is find out what will be the rating of this review. Okay, suppose it's a plain text, there is no rating. You can use the sentiment from the phrases in the review to give a rating to the review, whether it's a positive review or negative review. So interesting thing was, how did they start building their phrasal lexicon? So they did not take any noun phrase that occurs in the review. So they made some patterns by manually seeing how the important sentiment, opinion phrases occur in text. So what kind of patterns that are there, and they built some patterns like the first word should be a JJ, an adjective. Second word can be a NN or NNS, and third word not extracted is anything. That is, whenever they find first word as an adjective part of speech tag, second word with NN or NNS, they will extract it in their phrasal lexicon irrespective of what is the third word. Okay, and they will do it through the corpus. Like that, they built other rules, like if it is an adverb, second word is an adjective, and third word is not noun or NNS, they will take it in their phrasal lexicon. Similarly, both first and second word are adjectives, third word is not NN or NNS, they will take it. First word is NN or NNS, second word is adjective, and then the next word is not NN or NNS, again they will take it in their phrasal lexicon. And like that, they had another rule for adjective and a verb. Okay, and so whatever phrases in my lexicon or the conjugative words in my lexicon were following these regular expressions defined over part of speech text, they took that in their phrasal lexicon. Again, that's a very interesting method. You can take some examples on your own, okay, and find out what is the usual pattern of part of speech text that occurs, and accordingly you define. That's how you will extract your phrasal lexicon. So now, once they extract their phrasal lexicon, the next task would be how do they give them some sentiment score. So what what the hypothesis they were saying, okay, some of these will be positive, some of these will be negative. So whichever are positive will probably occur with a word like excellent, and whichever are negative will occur with words like poor. Okay. So now how do we measure this co-occurrence? So how many times it is occurring with excellent, how many times it is occurring with poor, and use that to give a sentiment polarity to each of these word in the lexicon. So again, here you can use the corpus. So you can take a large corpus, find out how many times each of these phrases is occurring with excellence and poor, but simple count will not work. So we have to use a very sophisticated method. So do you remember any such measure that we discussed in this course? So to find out how common do two words co-occur. So if you remember, we talked about point-wise mutual information, right? So you can find out the point-wise mutual information of each word with these excellent and poor. Okay, so I'll use this method to find out what is the PMI between a phrasal lexicon and excellent, phrasal word and excellent, and phrasal word and poor. Now, so how did they find this PMI value? You can always use a corpus for this, but they did something interesting. So at that time, the main search engine was Alta Vista. So what they did, they tried these queries over Alta Vista. Okay, so they said, okay, how many times? So they have to estimate three things: probability of word, probability of excellent, and probability of word and excellent occurring together. And they were using how many hits the word or the two words together are getting by the Alta Vista engine. That is again a nice method of computing the probabilities and co-occurrence probabilities of different words. So you give that a query, find out how many hits the search engine is giving you. So I have to estimate probability word. I see how many hits the word gets by the engine, divide by n. Probability word 1, word 2, again how many hits word 1 near word 2, some query like that gets over the engine, divide by n. Now once I have these two measures, I can easily compute the PMI score. Okay. So what is the polarity of the phrase? That is PMI of the phrase with excellent minus PMI of phrase with poor. Okay, and that will give you this particular expression. Okay, if you want, we can just quickly do that on paper. So we have to get PMI phrase excellent minus PMI phrase poor. Okay, so how do I get that? Is equal to log probability phrase excellent divided by probability phrase probability excellent. It's minus, so log will become, so you are reversing it, so it will become probability phrase poor probability phrase probability poor. Okay, that will come out to be the PMI, and then you can immediately say that okay, this is repeating, so you have only this one, log probability phrase excellent, and this you obtain using hits, phrase near excellent. Similarly, phrase near poor, this is hits for excellent, hits for poor, and that's how you get this polarity of the phrase. And you do that for all the phrases that you have taken in your opinion lexicon, you obtain some sort of polarity for these. So these phrases occur with excellent a lot, these occur with poor a lot. So if you see from thumbs up review, what are different things that they obtained? They obtained words like online service with this part of speech tag JJNN, polarity 2.8, online experience JJNN 2.3, direct deposit JJNN 1.3, and then they found out what is the average polarity score of each phrase that they got, and they said okay, something like 0.32. Okay, you can see there were some negative examples also there, like low true service was probably not negative, but inconveniently located was negative, and they got a minus 1.5. Okay, so they got some positive and negative examples even in thumbs up review, but the average that they obtained was positive 0.32. Similarly, they did for negative the thumbs down reviews from the product site, and while they were again something like direct deposits, online web, very handy with positive polarity, there were many with negative polarity like virtual monopoly, less arrival, other problems, low funds, unethical practices, and you can see they got very negative score by their method, and that was very nice. So that was very interesting approach. So by that they were able to obtain such phrases and also tag them with their polarity values. So now, so these are some algorithms. There are many other algorithms related literature, but one other method that you can always use is to use your WordNet. So all of you know WordNet. We talked about that in one of the earlier lectures. So how do you use WordNet? So again, the idea is some sort of bootstrapping. In the WordNet, find out some positive or negative sentiment words. Okay, suppose you find out okay, this word is positive, this word is negative. So how do you bootstrap from there? How do you find more words? So one simple thing you can think is that find out all the synonyms of this word. So all the synonyms would also can be given a positive polarity if it is positive. If it is negative, they can be given a negative polarity. This is one way. Then you can find out the antonyms and give them the negative polarity. If it is positive, it should be given, the antonym should be given negative polarity. If it is negative, antonym should be given positive polarity. And once you get more seed sets, you can continue building over that. Okay, so this can be one approach using WordNet. So you create some positive, that is good, and negative seed words. So positive is like good and negative is like terrible. So once you have the seed set, you find the synonyms and antonyms. So whatever are the synonyms of the positive word like good, you add to the positive set, and whatever the antonyms of the negative word like terrible, you again add to the positive set, and you do the reverse for the negative set. Okay, so add synonyms for negative words and antonyms for positive word. So like you will get well in the positive set and awful and evil in the negative set, and this you can further repeat. Now you have got more words, you can keep on repeating that, and you might create some new seed sets whenever you feel okay, this is not giving me further examples. You might create some more seed sets, and this might be again some simple and nice method of starting to bootstrap your opinion lexicons. You can also combine different approaches together. So you start some words from WordNet, go to the other approach, the first approach that we talked about using and but. You can also start from there and then go to WordNet and to find more synonyms. So both are possible. And again, there are many more methods, but I think this will be some interesting ideas that you can use for building your opinion lexicon. So now, so this was about this lecture. In the next lecture, what we will do, we will see how you can also see some nice trends about different words being used in the reviews. Say review with rating 1 to 10. How are the different words, the positive and negative words are being used, and what are the nice ways in which you can use the sentiment lexicons that we have talked about. Okay, so I'll see you in the next lecture.